What's going on, my friend? Welcome back to another episode of Fix It Rick. I'm your host, Ricky Burrows. If the valve for your RV toilet is leaking, if it's, maybe a seal is busted and you gotta replace it, I'm gonna show you exactly how to replace the valve. So let's fix it. First thing you want to do is shut off the water pressure and then go to one of your sinks and then let the water pressure come out. So on both sides of the toilet you have these little white covers that come, let you just pull them right out. We're going to use the Gerber multi-tool to get that nut off. Go ahead and set that to the side. You may need two hands to loosen the screw. Now it is kind of difficult for even me to see this thing, but you want to imagine yourself going counterclockwise. Alright, so a quick word of caution here. When you go to remove your toilet, because you have to remove the toilet to get to the back of this thing, it is going to be the most grotesque smell you probably have ever smelled. It's been really, really hot in Texas, so it stirs up all that nastiness in there. So we got a paper plate that we're gonna put on top. But before we go ahead and remove the toilet, let's go ahead and turn on our fan. Now that we've got our fan going, I do apologize for any noise that it may be causing. Now I did this before that I forgot to flush it. So any kind of residue that's in there, it went down into the tank and it's not gonna go everywhere. I did that by mistake. And urine went everywhere. It's gross. So what you want to do, quickly lift it up, set it to the side, move these little bolts over, and then cover that up. So you can see where the water hose was connected. I had already disconnected it and I put a little cap on there because it was just leaking everywhere, and I didn't get a chance to show you how that went. Now that we've got the back of the toilet exposed, let's go ahead, take a Phillips head screwdriver and unscrew that screw. You want to pull this so that it comes dislodged, and then slide that little guy out. Alright, let's get the new one out and we'll put it in. Again, going back to the Gerber. I love this tool. I have needed this Gerber almost every single day, and when you're fixing stuff all the time, it's a great tool to have. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check out the exact same one that I use. Now each toilet is different. They're going to have their own different kind of, oh yeah, hey, look at that. It actually comes with it already stuck in there. So maybe we can just pull this old one out. Yeah, there we go, cool. That actually saves us a lot of hassle because that thing is a real pain in the butt to get in there. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to get this little metal lever right inside here, right inside the hole. I mean, I tried to get this on last, but it will not go in just fine. So you then want to go ahead and slide this back. Everything should go in place. And take your screwdriver, put that Phillips head screw back in there. So before we go ahead and put the business end back in that hole, we're gonna see, guys, this is awful. We're gonna quickly do this. We're gonna take the old one off, and we're gonna, I don't know, oh god, put that right there. And then we're gonna put this right on top of it. Whoa, it's got a great smell. I'm smelling it. Oh my god, I'm smelling it for you. Oh god, this is terrible. That is just the most horrendous smell ever. So we put these bolts back in place, and we're gonna take the toilet, and then we're gonna put it. That smell is just evil. Now that we've got our toilet back in place, let's go ahead and put the nuts back on the bolt. It's a little difficult to see it, but I'm just gonna tell you that we're gonna put this one on the opposite side. Alright, so on the old valve, I had this little connector right here where you're supposed to be able to twist it off. Well, I actually couldn't get it off, so I had to cut this thing right out of there. But then I had a big problem because then I was wondering, how in the world am I going to get this 1/2-inch tube, flexible tube, onto my valve? But I went to Home Depot and they actually had the exact connector. All you can do is slip it right onto the pipe and then it's just gonna snap in place. And I tell you what, that is a lifesaver. I have been looking for this thing and it's gonna be such a huge blessing. Alright, now that we've got our one-piece faucet fitting right in there, and we're going to take the other end of this. It's got a little, almost like a switch lock right there, and we're going to fit it right in here. And the way that this works is that you push it in, and then you feel that it'll just like get really snug. It'll just like go in and click. It'll feel like it clicked right in place. Now this is simply a little valve that will stop any water flow from going in, and then you can do this, and then the water will flow just like that. So since I already showed you how to put this on, I'm just gonna skip right to the end result. Okay, so far I really like what I see and I hear because there's no leaks. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna flush it and we're gonna see some water. Oh, awesome. The neat thing about these RV toilets is that you can just step on it gently and it'll fill up with water. Look at that, huh? Awesome. Alright guys, so that's how you repair a Thetford valve on an RV toilet. And I tell you what, man, it is a nasty, stinky job. I tell you, this one for Fix It Rick was one for the books because it is nasty. So if you have a Thetford RV toilet and you're looking for this valve, I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can go ahead and buy it. Also, I'm going to leave a link for everything that I use to make this happen. Alright fellas, thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you found that this was helpful. And always remember that Jesus Christ loves you, and only He can solve your biggest problems.